Braxton.
Phony Braxton.
Phony Braxton.
Ride it, my pony.
Phony Braxton.
I love this audience that we have.
Oh my goodness, so many people, but it's COVID, so they're mask wearing, they're face covering. Welcome to Diva Court. I'm your host, Marcia Mignot, and my co-diva,
Dana in the house.
And that's Dana Smith. And the reason I'm giving you her last name and not just because I want them to find you.
Oh,
I want when they troll you that they don't send it to me to forward to you.
Let me tell you, trolling me is not what you want to do because I live for the troll. I'm troll queen. Queen of trolls.
All trolls that way.
Come with it. All my minions.
All right, so Keisha Lance Bottoms. Last episode you said that the Fulton County District Attorney, if she does not want to do the job, she should resign.
That is true.
Well, she has not, and Keisha Lance Bottom heard your message and
said, Keisha!
Goodbye!
Keisha! Oh, Keisha.
Yes.
I don't think she should resign. Keisha was a force to be reckoned with. Oh, my God.
She was a good mayor. She represented her sister well.
She did. She did.
She was articulate.
Why we always got to say articulate when it comes to black folks?
Because they always think we aren't articulate.
Even if she wasn't articulate, she was the bomb.com.
She did a good job.
Keisha, if you're watching this, don't let them run you out of there.
She said, this decision is not coming from a position of weakness. It is coming from a position of strength.
So that means that she either has a great book deal coming where she has less stress, a better position. Maybe she can join that cabinet. Maybe somebody's going to be resigning soon. And
is that a kitchen cabinet?
Slide. I'm talking about that cabinet with Joe Biden. They need some help. I don't want to talk about that, but anyways.
Yes, please don't talk about that. The man has been on the job only a few weeks, okay?
You know what?
Can y'all wait?
I ain't satisfied.
You had 4 years of Kofifi, and you still want 15 weeks of 4 years of reform.
I am not satisfied. We had one day to vote him in, and we showed up. Well, I ain't show up for him.
Okay, then. Well, be quiet.
But isn't he the president of all the people? VP, remember that conversation we had?
Yeah, but the ones that didn't vote don't get to complain.
I did vote. I voted for Michelle Obama.
Help us, Lord. Keisha.
I like Keisha, though.
Is a good governor.
No, she's the mayor.
She's a mayor. Okay.
I can't vote for you, Keisha, because I live in Stonecrest. But if I lived in Atlanta, you would have had my vote.
Okay, so the real reason she's leaving, you think she's going to the cabinet?
No, I just think that when you have the powers that be come to attack you and assassinate your character, they've been trying to come for her the day that she joined the Atlanta governor. I mean, not governor. Look, I'm saying governor. Became the mayor. They've been coming for her from day one. I mean, I listen to 95.5. And
so do you think because they reinstated the officer after she fired him for shooting Rayshard Brooks, that's why she said, I'm done. Goodbye.
That would be a good reason. Because the thing is that once you lose the police department, it just goes downhill from there. Like, how can you stand for the protection of Black people from the police? And I know it's not her job to reprimand a police officer, but
she's the mayor, so she's their boss.
Right. And give criticism to the police department. The minute you criticize the police department, it's just all of those conservatives and all those Republicans who don't even live in the city. They jump on this bandwagon and try to take her down. I think the city has so much money that is going to be made. They've been trying to take the airport from the city. They've been trying to just take. It sounds like colonization. Take.
So is money motivated?
I think. I ain't trying to call everything white supremacy. But every Black city that I know that's doing well is always someone who's trying to take from it. Or if it's not necessarily doing well, but there's so many good resources down there, it's always someone else who wants to come in there and take over the government and take over the resources. They did the same thing to Detroit. Like Detroit, all of a sudden now is just thriving. Like, where y'all been for all the years that I stayed there?
So what if Governor Deal sued her because she wanted to protect the citizens in her jurisdiction?
So because Governor Deal is no longer in office, and we got
How about Kemp?
We got Kemp.
Deal, Kemp, same thing.
just a
Now that's where my life
name.
didn't change.
Same thing, just a different last
Deal,
name.
Kemp,
Same,
I mean, come on.
Same place,
Same mindset.
Yeah, because again, even Governor Deal was trying to take the airport from them in Atlanta.
So you think because Kemp sued her for the mask mandate?
I just think that,
Or it's just a bunch of stuff?
I just think that they don't want a black woman in power, or I just don't think they want a black
But she
woman
could
in power.
win. She could win re-election, and she said that.
But the thing is that, are we doing this for the people?
I think she's frustrated. I absolutely think she's frustrated. Because if you're trying to protect your citizens by putting a mask mandate in place, your governor sues you. Right. Who does that? I'm trying to protect the people.
It's a liberal city. I work in the city. They love masks. Like, that's what they like to do.
Well, it's crowded.
They love masks.
And it makes sense.
And they like to wear them in multiple colors and different designs.
But it makes sense.
They love
it's
masks.
to protect your life.
We're not out in Conyers. We're not out in Alpharetta and Johns Creek. We're not there. Go deal with them.
But 500,000 people died. So why would you not want her to wear a mask? Or to mandate a mask, especially while COVID was really bad, because that's when she did it.
I think what's going on is they're trying to find anything, just a nitpicker, like, oh, you're not doing this, and you're not doing that, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing that. It's just, instead of giving her props for making great decisions when the decision maker, Kemp, didn't do what he had to do. Like, when I was working down there, I work on 10th and Piedmont.
When I used to be a...
But when I was working down there, Keisha is the one that said, no, wrap this up and go home. Because we're going to make sure that we protect Atlanta's citizens first and those who live and work in the area. So she did an excellent job, you know.
I think she's frustrated. I think when you look at everything that's going on, I'm getting sued by the governor for doing common sense things. I fired a police officer that I believe behaved in an inappropriate manner, and he's reinstated. Right. And now I'm supposed to go back and face, the reinstatement, and then he's suspended, and now we're supposed to go back through the investigation. That says that I know the argument is she violated policy and procedure, that there's supposed to be a progressive disciplinary process that she's supposed to go through before he's terminated, at least an investigation, and you can't terminate him on the spot. That's what I'm saying is you've got to stop the gang mentality of law enforcement.
Now wait, question, because I know we discussed this last week. Now, when you said he got his position back, is he on administrative leave?
They gave him his job back. They're giving him a year that he missed in salary, his salary back. Okay. And they placed him on administrative leave to start an investigation. Okay. Regarding what was going on. So he could still be refired. You understand what I'm saying? So but they're saying we didn't go through the proper process because he's entitled to due process, and you did not allow due process to go through. You just fired him on the spot, and you should have investigated.
Keisha, I'm cool with your decision of letting him go, But I do understand that you have to go through the due process. So but I'm not upset with that. But I'm okay with you letting him go.
I think she is realizing that she can be more effective to get done what she wants to get done without having to have the title of mayor. Because if I want to help homeless women, I can put a nonprofit organization together, and I can collect funds from my relationships or from organizations or corporations that I know from the years that I've been mayor, and I can get them to donate, and I can help with housing, and I can help with building housing for these women. I can still be effective without the restraints, without the legal restraints, without the procedural restraints, and without the political restraints, which are probably the biggest restraint she faces. Everything is about politics. And I'm sure she's getting pushback from even some of her own people, because politics no longer is about doing what's best for the people. Right. It's about doing what's best for me. I want to be reelected.
Politricking.
Politics. So I do think she's frustrated. I do think that there are a lot more real reasons other than, I think it's time to pass the baton. That was a nice way to say, I'm sick of y'all.
I'm over this shit.
I'm tired.
I feel it too. I feel it like.
Well, I mean, it takes a toll on your health. All that stress, and you never get any rest, and you're always not at peace.
Y'all can have it.
You're always trying to, you can have it. You want it this bad, you can have it. You know what I mean? So I absolutely think she's going to do great things. I think she's got a great
I was about to be real petty. Like, I hope the crime goes even higher when they pick up somebody else in there. I'm going to be out there robbing in these streets. Okay,
well, speaking of crimes getting higher, let's talk about what governor said about the crime rate in Atlanta and started throwing percentages out there. Crime has increased 45% and 46%.
The police ain't showing up.
I don't like numbers.
Listen.
I don't like percentages. Let me change that. I don't like percentages because if we were shut down in COVID. So that means there are a lot of people not on the streets. Everybody's at home. Of course, crime rate went down. Auto accidents went down. A lot of things went down because people were at home. Okay. Now here's what's unfair. If one person died in 2020 and one person dies in 2021, if you report that in percentages, you say what? We have 100%.
100%.
Hello?
The crime went up 100%.
That's unfair because liars figure and figures lie. Those are lying figures.
Right.
Okay. And the liars who figured them need to tell the people the truth.
Such a play on words.
Because 45%, 46% increase. Give me numbers. Why are you not giving me numbers? Because you know what you want the first reaction to be? We need more police.
But here's the thing. I mean, there has been a message going around in Atlanta that the police are not showing up. Everybody's on another call or on strike or just it's something going around where the police are just not showing up like they're supposed to be. So if you lack a police presence where before, all these police situations where they came off to be a little bit aggressive, and then when you get called out for being aggressive and put on administrative leave or fired or whatever, now the good old boy blue system is like, well, we just not gonna show up. We just not gonna come around. So if the presence is missing because they didn't come and do their jobs, then the crime goes up because usually when there's a police car here or a police car riding there.
But who says it went up? If you don't give me the real numbers, I don't know that.
I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is that if you're saying it went up, these boys in blue that you're supporting so much were not showing up for their jobs.
Okay, so they're boycotting.
Right. They're retiring on the job. It's like a silent boycott where we just take a little bit longer. We're still going to come,
but it's going to take us a while to get there. So that the citizens can complain, right?
Exactly.
And then you can say, the mayor's
the
crime rate is high.
My homegirl got into a crazy accident. A complete crazy accident where the guy turned down the street. The cars went and they smashed together, and we're sitting there. She got in an accident. I run out there. I'm sitting there with her. The ambulance come. The fire truck
Still no police.
Still no police officer. The guy sat there, young guy. He sat there and waited for the police. She went to the hospital. Still the police. My friend called me and said the police just showed up, and this is like 2-3 hours later, and the guy just sat there and waited that long, and the police did not show up. So if that guy would have ran off because it's like, oh, well, maybe the police aren't coming, and would have ran off, then now he would have got into a felony charge for hit and run?
Yeah, because you left the scene of
They're not showing up. So you can't say that crime is so bad when your presence is not there.
Right, when you don't want to do your job.
You don't want to do your job.
So somebody said, you want me to quit? And Keisha said, I'll do it. So please don't tell anybody else to
I'm
quit.
about to be out there robbing
Diva
and
Court.
stealing. For you, Keisha, it's all for you, girl.
Wait a minute.
Wait a
minute. Wait. First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
No, I'm not. I'm just playing.
You going to rob and steal?
I'm not doing nothing.
Wait
Y'all not
a
about
minute.
to use this.
Wait a minute. Did you not?
I'm going to be robbing and stealing.
Did you not already visit in?
I was in and in.
You want to go tour?
I'm here for the people.
You want to go tour the jail at Rice Street?
No.
It
probably ain't clean like clean.
No, that's not clean. I'm telling you.
It ain't clean like clean.
The rodents will move you off that cot.
The roaches and the bed bugs.
Hey, they will move you off that cot. So, Keisha, I think you're going for the right reasons. Yeah. Choose your family. Choose your health. Choose all
F these
of that.
ungrateful people. They don't deserve you. You deserve better. You deserve a better opportunity. You're going to have better. You did an excellent job.
will.
And don't let nobody tell you anything different. Troll me if you want some.
Oh, they will troll you now.
They don't want none of
They
this.
will troll you. So Keisha said what? Bottoms out.
A-town down. I don't know if y'all still do that.
No, they don't. We can tell you.
Peace
Showing
out.
your age. Don't show your.
A-town
Don't show your age. Don't show your age. So is a black expert an expert?
All day and twice on Sunday.
So can they get on the Tamron Hall show?
Not tonight.
Not according to Dr. Smith.
Not tonight. You will not be on the Tamron.
All right. So Dr. Ian Smith says, hold up, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot get on there as an expert because the Tamron Hall show does not want to appear to be a black show. What's up with that? Should I do the song? Ooh wee.
I don't really have any mixed feelings about this. You know.
So let me tell you what I think.
What you
I
think?
think that a lot of systemic racism manifests in situations like this. And you get racism towards black people, even from black people, because they're so afraid that if their white audience does not stay tuned, their show's going to be canceled.
But it's the truth.
So
It's the truth.
but it's systemic, because if you have a black producer, you are a black host, and you don't want to bring on black guests, to especially experts, unless it's salacious. You'll bring us on as long as we look bad. That's the allegation.
Well, the thing is that, you know, when it comes to culture stuff, when it comes to things that are hot, you know, a lot of its origins start in the black community. But when it comes to trying to appeal to others, all other organizations, you know, they have a black person, it's not a black show. They have it's never a black show or a Jewish show or an Asian show if it's someone else hosting it. But if it's us, it always has to be bounded into our color.
But
And-
isn't that our right, our choice to say, okay, I don't
Well-
want my show canceled? Wouldn't she be able to book individuals that are intelligent and give information? Are we talking about a doctor here?
I understand
You know,
that.
if he comes on and he's giving good information, is she saying, oh, my white audience doesn't want to hear about
Well,
eating
the thing is
healthy
that's-
and
that's-
medical?
That's what she wants.
Unless they hear it from a white person.
That's what she wants. She wants
So you think that's fair?
to cater to that audience.
So you think that's fair? You don't think
I-
that's
I don't-
discrimination? If she were a white woman, you'd be jumping up and down. And she won't bring on any black experts.
Well,
Why
that
does she
is
get a
true.
pass?
She doesn't get a pass. But I see you. I expect that from someone who's not in the community. But now that you show
So
your
she's
colors,
not in the community?
She's not in mine no more. She has. Can I get her card? Can I get her card?
Well, you might have to take that card. I might have to let you have
Listen,
that one.
that's the worst.
I won't let you have the vice president card, but I will let you
It's
take
coming soon.
Tamron's card.
It's coming soon. Wait, so she doesn't have a black host or 3 or 4 or however many, and her card can't be taken just because of not having a
a
host.
guest.
But
You don't have to have a black host. Bring on a guest.
but the VP who has not acknowledged our struggle properly we can't just touch her card while she holding it.
No, you can't touch her card. And let
Not
me tell
even
you
while
why.
she- Oh.
Because she represents the United States of America. Tamron represents entertainment. That means we turn on the TV too.
Well,
we watch too.
Okay, I get that argument.
We're more supportive
but
of you.
She was
And
representing
as
them
soon as you
AKAs when
need-
she was running.
As soon as you need
She was
some help.
ski-weeting when she was running.
Well, she needs to
She
ski
was
her some black experts.
she was no, I'm talking about Kamala. Did I say it right this time?
Wow, you did.
I did. Can we
Oh,
drink to that?
absolutely.
I got you. That is no lies told. That's the first time that I said her name, and that's probably because she's
She said it right. Okay. We're just going to drink to that. And
they don't like to edit the things I say, so I'm going to have to edit myself.
Yeah, edit yourself.
I'm going to have
we
to
already drink to that,
myself.
and you don't get 2 drinks for that. You get 1. But yeah,
I'm just saying that's because she don't lean
she gets
to
a
her
pass only because of where she is in society. She is a vice president of the country. This lady is not a vice president of the country. She's in entertainment, for God's sakes. She's in entertainment.
But
why can't she
Tamron
just
Hall
say?
means no thing to me. She's nobody.
No,
she means
something to the little children that need to see a black expert. Your kids might want to be a Tamron Hall.
No.
She needs to show them that Dr. Ian Smith can bring value to a show like hers.
I understand.
Okay, all right then. So why she brought the governor on?
What I'm
the
saying
gubernatorial candidate, Gillian. Why? Why did he make her show? I'm trying to find her. Hey, there might be some validity to Dr. Ian's suspicions.
Listen.
I just put it allegations, suspicions.
Listen.
Here's why. Why was he on the show? Let me tell you why he was on the show. He was on the show because he was a gubernatorial candidate in Florida that almost became the first black male governor.
Right.
And we didn't like that. So what are we going to do? We're going to try to set him up. Now, I'm not saying
You
this
know
man...
the setup happened after
he
race.
Lost.
Right,
yes,
after he lost.
But guess what? People were still looking to him, the next Obama, and they wanted to make sure that he could not come back from this mistake. So, of course, he was invited. Of course it's a mistake. Here's what a mistake is. Let me define mistake for you. Something that occurred that you wish you had an opportunity to do again so that you would not do it. That's a mistake. If you say, I would do it again tomorrow, it's not a mistake.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think it's not a mistake if you just thought that you couldn't get caught.
I don't think there was anything to get caught about. The man went to a hotel. Let's talk about the facts. Right. The man went to a hotel with a friend. Okay?
Was it a friend?
That's what he said. I don't know.
Lies.
You like frenemy? Went with a frenemy.
Frenemy.
And they were there, because I would call that a frenemy. Because if I go somewhere with a frenemy,
right,
and my frenemy allowed me to drink something, right, and lose my consciousness to the point where my frenemy, who is not unconscious, should know, hold a second, no. Remember, you talked about this on the show. You're supposed to call your sister out, and you're supposed to say, hey.
Do you know that is not the story that's out there?
Trust me. Let me tell you what the story is that's out there.
Please tell a real story.
He went to a hotel.
No. He left his wife.
And
his children.
No. That's the salacious Tamron stuff.
He walked out the door, leaving his wife and children in their home to go to a hotel with someone that wasn't his wife.
A friend, okay? A friend.
I don't care what kind of friends they call each other. The thing is that you left, your wife didn't know where you are. What kind of friend? What kind of friend? Like, if I'm going to the hotel with my homegirls, I'm like, hey, my husband, insert name here, I'm going to the hotel. Wife did not know where he was. She was worried, didn't know where he was.
No, she wasn't worried until a certain amount of time had passed.
Exactly.
So let the viewers get the story.
Right.
Before you put the spin.
Don't you try to lawyer me up.
Before you put the spin, Cinderella. Spinderella wants to spin the story. But before you spin it, Spinderella,
all right, I'm listening.
The man goes to a hotel with a friend.
Okay.
He consumes a drink. Ching.
So we're taking his word for this.
I'm telling you,
okay, go ahead.
The story
He's such a defense attorney.
From the man's mouth, okay? On the Tamron Hall show, because that's salacious, and she shows that.
All right.
Comes out and says, I had a drink. Once I had the drink, I remember nothing else other than waking up, getting medical care, right? Then I hear there's a compromising photo of me circulating where I'm butt naked laying in my own vomit.
So convenient.
So here's my thing.
All right.
My thing is, I believe.
They tested him for drugs and he had like cocaine in his system.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this story.
He had cocaine in his drink?
Yeah, no, in his system. They tested him for drugs.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me turn it around.
Okay.
I'm a female. Okay.
No, let's stick with
Hold on, no. You want to move from him? I want to do.
There she go, lowering me up again.
Let's compare apples to apples. I'm a female.
Right.
I go somewhere with a girlfriend. Right. And I get there and I consume a drink. I cannot remember anything after consuming the drink.
Right.
Could be the date, rape, drug in my drink.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I am butt naked in my vomit.
Right.
And somebody takes my photo and puts it on the internet.
Right.
Somebody going to jail if it's a woman.
That's true. Are we not mentioning
Whether
that-
she got a husband at home
That's not what
or
I'm
she
saying.
left 3 kids
That's
there.
not what I'm saying. Are we not mentioning his confession of being, in a relations with the person?
No, he said there was nothing intimate that occurred between him and the friend. What
So
he's
he
saying
know,
is
because he shouldn't remember because he's out. Remember?
that's what the man said. So that would be
I'm gonna have to see this video.
that would be rape.
because okay.
So if something sexually promiscuous or inappropriate
Right.
happened,
So why did he come out then?
what do you mean? He didn't
came
come
out.
out. They put him out.
I know I understand that they put him out, but why did he? What was the purpose of him? If
Well,
it was
hold
all
on,
of this innocence,
hold on, clutch
Okay.
your pearls. On the
on
internet,
my
on
ears
the
today.
news,
they on my ears.
on everything. You got some
Right.
on your chest too, so you could clutch those. On the news, you hold on. Is that me? Oh my God, that's a naked picture of me. You're not coming out. You didn't come out and share your story. You made the internet, and because of the embarrassment, the humility, gubernatorial candidate,
Right.
Florida gubernatorial candidate. They're trying to tie the gubernatorial candidacy to it so they can destroy your ever future opportunity
Right.
to be the next Obama or to be the next governor
Right.
or to come back and take DeSantis out of that seat.
Okay, so I'm still there's a missing piece. Didn't he come out to his wife to tell her that he was?
No, he didn't come out to his wife. In the interview on the show,
Okay, 'cause
his position was people are now questioning whether I am a homosexual.
But he said he was.
No, he did not.
Yes, he
said,
did. He
you-
said that. No, he did say he
No,
has come
he did
out.
not say I'm a
Pull
homosexual.
that up. Pull that up.
He
right quick.
said I am bisexual.
But I mean, I know there's a difference.
Oh,
'Cause
yes,
I do
ma'am.
not want y'all LBGT
Hey.
coming for me.
Hey,
I
hey.
know there's a difference.
Troll
but
direction.
what I'm saying is
that is the
that
direction of the trolling.
what I'm
Smith,
saying
the
is
last name,
that is an important piece.
S-M-I-T-H.
They don't- Y-E. Smithy. That's what y'all Smithy. I say all that to say, my issue is not the fact that he's in a bisexual relationship.
He's not in a bisexual relationship. He
Let's
said,
take the ship out, just the
he
relation.
said, I am bisexual.
But why would he have to say that?
Because he wants to clarify the record that he's not a homosexual.
But
And
why,
he said-
but why does that even matter in
no,
this story?
he says it matters to him because he has a wife who he's planning to stay with.
So are you telling me that it wasn't a friend, it was a sexual companion that he was
He
in the hotel
said
with?
no, that there was
So-
nothing
But do you
sex-
see what I'm saying though?
No,
Why
no.
does his
What
sexuality
you wanna
have
do,
to come up?
because he's
period?
clearing the record and the internet that put him out there on blast and said, look at him, he's a homosexual, he was there with a male friend,
Okay.
and look at what happened. You understand? Something inappropriate must have happened because he's butt naked and he's in his own
What
vomit.
I'm saying, Marcia, is that I get what you're saying. But why do we even have to talk about sexuality? If it wasn't what it was, he doesn't have to say I'm bisexual instead of being homosexual. He could just say that wasn't the situation.
No, the man did say that. He said, if you're going to come out and say that I'm homosexual, I'm going to have to correct the record. I am not homosexual. I am bisexual. So if you want to tell
So
something.
wait, y'all want me to believe that this man who just happens to leave his wife, who the wife don't know where he going for a long time, they didn't tell her where he's going, to go into a hotel room with another dude. And I'm not saying what the dude did was not wrong. It was completely wrong. But
No, we don't even, I don't
to
even
bring
know.
in sexuality about it, it doesn't matter what.
No,
it was,
he has to clarify the record.
he doesn't have to clarify.
Yes,
that.
he does, because the photos were posted out there and the trolls took a leap on it. And I'm sure some
He
of his...
could have said, I'm a married man.
No,
he doesn't have to say
no,
his sexuality.
He had to say that.
Why?
You understand? Because the room has nothing but males in it. and
So there
that
was
got
a
out.
It was a sexual situation.
No, he said. He said.
Girl, who needs a PR spin doctor? Because Marsha
Let me tell you
is
something.
spinning. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. There's
Co-diva.
no straight black man who's going to be in a room with things that can go into that nature.
He said, I am not straight.
Right.
I am bisexual.
So he went there for sexual games.
No, I did not. Just like how I can be heterosexual and go there for nothing, and I'm there with a bunch of sisters, and all of a sudden I have a drink and I'm butt naked and in my vomit, and people start saying she's gay because it was nothing but women there, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
That's different.
No, I'm not.
That's different.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
I just want to
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait
All right.
a minute.
If you are in need
First
of
all,
a
you're not
defense
gonna
attorney,
speed past that like you
please
can just say what
contact
you
them
just
in
said.
your law firm.
You're
Because
not just
this
gonna
one
speed
right
past
here.
that you just said.
What?
Women are different?
Women are different in the sense of
No, it's not.
Okay, I haven't even finished. Women are different.
She's finished.
Women are different in the sense of we women can go into a hotel room, sleep in the bed with each other, and have
Double
a good,
standard, double standard, double
that's
standard.
intimate girl relationships.
Stop talking
It's a
about being
different-
equal if you don't want to be treated equally.
That's why we need a man to come in and
We can
ain't
bring
no
a man
straight
in here.
man just going in
Diva
there.
Court welcomes men. We
need a
welcome
man in
men.
this
We're
one.
gonna bring
You
a
know
male
what?
guest.
We should have had Miggy come up in here.
We're gonna bring our male guests.
We're gonna have to.
But
let's
here's
put a
my
pin,
point.
Let's put a pin in this one, and
We're
that's
not
the
putting no
question.
pin in it.
We're not gonna put
okay?
a pin in it.
We're about to get to the bottom of this. It's unfair for us to say
What?
if it were a female, she was found butt naked in her
No,
vomit.
that's not what I'm saying. I didn't say that.
Whoa. And she was there with nothing but women, that would be different.
What I'm saying is
She's not a
that-
homosexual.
what
Because
I'm saying
girls
is
can
that-
sleep together and not be homosexuals.
What I'm saying is, and when I say sleep, I'm not.
No, I'm not talking about intimate.
No, yeah,
because that's what the man is saying. Because
What
I'm butt
saying
naked don't
is-
mean I'm intimate. I said I don't remember nothing after I took that drink.
What I'm saying is that women have a sense of women friendships are different than male friendships. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about if she was found. There's no double standard in that.
There is, because his photo
No, I
made
agree
the
with
internet
you.
and nobody was outraged.
I agree with you
Nobody
on that.
wanted charges. Nobody wanted anybody arrested.
I was outraged because I see this married man in a hotel room butt naked. I was outraged for his wife. Outraged.
Can you be outraged for him?
No,
But if he were a woman, you'd be outraged for her?
not if she was cheating on her husband.
How do you know she was cheating on her husband? She went there with girlfriends.
She went there. Listen, if she went there with a
y'all
whole
see
bunch
that?
of dudes, I would be like,
look,
what
I
you
can
doing?
I can sip to that shutdown.
And she paused for a second.
Look, I'm gonna sit by myself.
All I'm saying
you
is,
sit by yourself
if
last
she
week.
was there, there's no double standard. There's no double standard, because if she was there with a whole bunch of dudes, I would say the same thing.
No, the fact pattern.
He was there with a whole bunch of dudes,
And she was there with a whole bunch of girls.
dudes. So when you with a whole bunch of dudes, it's going down.
No, so now you blaming dudes? Oh my God, only dudes could be in the
Oh
room.
man, she really trying to set me up for the trolling. Come
Smith,
on.
SMITH.
All right.
She said YE. I don't know where the YE came from.
Y.E. Smithy.
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 Yeah, that's unfair. That's unfair. If that were a woman, we'd be outraged. We'd be incensed. We would want charges. We would call it pornography.
I get that.
We would call it date rape. We would press charges even though she didn't know she was raped. Do you know how many men are sitting in prison for some crap like that because
I
they were in the
agree.
room and a naked woman threw up on herself and they thought it was funny in college and took pictures of her and ruined their football career, ruined their baseball career, ruined their college career, and just because they were in the room, they are not even the person who took the picture.
I just want to say that all of this that she is saying, I agree to. What I disagree,
come on,
I'm not,
then.
nope, not yet. What I
you're not?
disagree
Okay,
with
all right,
is that his sexuality should never be, it should have never been at play. If it was an innocent situation where he was with his friends and they had a great party and he found himself naked on the ground, his sexuality should not be at play, period.
That's his point. His point is, why couldn't you have put the photo up or not put the photo up? And just say, hey, the governor was found unconscious, or the gubernatorial candidate or former gubernatorial candidate was found unconscious in a hotel, and tell the news that way.
So
why did you have to take a picture of me?
So me pulling at the strings indicates to me, and this is the only point that I'm making because I'm team wife. Me pulling at the strings makes me realize, well, why are we even talking about his sexuality being, even if he was homosexual or bisexual? What is your point of bringing that in? Is it because you were doing something like having an affair on your wife? If it was women in there and he was butt naked on the floor and it was a girl who took a picture of him, like the Derek Jackson situation, I will still be the same way. Like, see, you shouldn't have been out there cheating on your wife.
That's
all
who
I'm
said
saying.
the man was cheating. The man had a ching. The man had a sip. Look.
And then he fell out. He goes.
I did not cheat on my husband.
So believe.
I did not cheat on my wife.
Are you sure he ain't had them drugs in his system? I think he had.
They
them
did
drugs
not.
in
The
his
man,
system.
and not only that. To be honest with you,
He had that. He was sniffing that
Tamron Hall
cocaine,
asked
and
the
they said
man-
he was on crack.
Tamron, he's not on crack. That's just a lie.
Was this all? I must have just been
You're
reading.
mixing your stories up.
No. I think I was reading the news, the Salacious news.
That's why he was on the Tamron Hall show.
right.
So back at the
just
ranch.
because he say it, don't make it true though.
Look, back at the ranch where Dr. Ian Smith said,
Okay, let's get back.
you don't get on the Tamron Hall show.
You know why?
Unless you've been found butt naked in your vomit if you're black.
Because he obviously he wasn't interested enough. You see, we ain't talking about him
Well,
for a
she
long
said
time.
none of us are, to be honest with you. None of us are.
ain't met
Not
you
your
yet.
expert,
She
not
ain't met
Dr.
you yet.
Ian. Nobody is worth coming
I
on.
wouldn't want to be on her show anyway. If that's how she flow, I don't want to be on your show. You see how I did that? Flow show.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to be
so
on your
now
show.
she's
anyways.
rhyming. Okay. My point is, if I can't get on your show
Yeah.
unless it's something salacious or I'm some celebrity, then and because of my race, because of my race, not because of my expertise.
So he need to file a lawsuit then.
Well, it would have to be a class action. Because it's a lot more experts that are black that
File a
want to get on
lawsuit.
the show
Let's
that
see.
can't get on the show.
Let's see what the discovery finds.
Oh, we're going to discover you're not getting on there. That's what you're going to discover. You're
Well,
going to
there
discover what
it is.
Dr. Ian
And then
discovered.
that's a nice little check. How about you take on that case?
That is an idea. And I will drink
Is the Tamron Hall show filmed in Atlanta?
I don't care where it's filmed. If I'm paid, I will go. That is ridiculous. That's inappropriate.
Oh.
We're dropping the gavel.
I
We got to drop the gavel.
We do need to
Which
drop the
one is she
gavel.
getting? The Dumas, the hypocrite?
No, she getting the
Or
white
the
supremacy.
lunatic.
She getting the white supremacy award.
I'm sorry. That gavel. That gavel.
It's a whole yes.
Yeah, you created a whole nother
I
category.
sure did.
We've got 3. She made 4.
She getting the white.
That's black supremacy.
No, it's not.
That's black supremacy award. She's black.
No, if she was only
She
hot-
can't
if
have
she
white
was-
supremacy if
she
she's
was-
black.
She could be an agent. She could be an
can't.
agent.
She can't.
She could be. Listen, now I know we discussed this, but did you hear that the Chauvin case, they putting federal charges on him?
They are.
And not only that, they already had a federal case pending
Not they.
against him.
Chauvin did.
Yes.
Yeah. So there,
The federal,
Chauvin
when I
was
say
already,
they, the
Chauvin
feds.
was already being
had a federal-
investigated regarding some federal stuff.
And that's why you don't allow people to be back on the job when they got pending charges.
Well, you at least got to investigate their conduct. I
Right.
mean, he had 18 complaints in 19 years. That's a 1 a year. He was back.
he
in
was
one a
back
year.
on the
That's
job.
too much. You know
I
what
just
mean?
want to throw that out there.
That's too much. But McCarthy and Trump, and he defends Cheney. What you think?
You talking about Dick Cheney?
No, Cheney's daughter. Cheney's daughter. They're trying to remove her because she said the fly, the lie, and the die. Need to stop trying.
Is she in a? She's in a public.
Well,
office?
they're trying to get rid of her. They want to sacrifice her
Is she in
because
an elected office?
she's in elected office.
Is she in an elected?
Yeah. She's the leader of the.
I'm gonna say what the Republicans say to the Democrats. Let the people decide. Whoop! There it is.
The people are
She's a
not
leader.
deciding.
She's a leader in the House of Representatives. So in the
they're-
Republican Party,
She's a Republican now. So she's the Nancy Pelosi.
So
for
she's
them.
a minority leader. She's not the
No,
minority
she's not
leader.
The minority leader. There's rankings on both sides.
So she's on like a chairman committee.
She's like a chair committee.
Right.
Yes,
And
she's
they want
chair
her to
committee
step
lead.
down from the committee.
She's like, all right. So each caucus has like 3 levels. So imagine it's like a president, a vice president, and a
Oh, so she's a leader of their
Okay.
caucus.
She's a leader in their caucus.
Okay.
Okay.
And they want to remove her from.
They
From
want her
her
gone.
from her committee.
For telling the truth.
And
From her leadership position for telling the truth.
oh, okay.
And they want to replace her with a liar.
Well, I mean, why would I care about what they doing in the Republican
Because
Party?
they get votes.
What?
They get votes.
What I'm saying
When you're
is
trying to get that bill that you were complaining that Biden can't get through.
Listen, those hurt
Those
people.
are the
when
votes.
your inner circle turns against you, you signed up for that. They've been doing that. No.
No, they haven't. Trump,
What I'm saying
Trump has
is-
really
what I'm saying
snatched
is
the
that
Republican Party.
They choose who they want in leadership. So now that you're on the chopping
But
block,
to get
I'm
rid
not
of
so-
me
I'm not
because
feeling
I'm
sorry for you.
lying and not because I'm there's somebody
That's
facing
part of their culture.
There's somebody facing charges for inappropriate contact with young girls, and they're not trying to remove
I don't
him.
know the back. Wait, what was this backstory?
They're not trying to remove him.
Oh, you're talking about that one guy. I know
Right.
who you're talking about. And he's on the committee?
Gates, isn't his name Gates?
Yeah.
Gates.
Gates with a Z.
Yes, Matt Gates.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to get rid of Matt. We're trying to get rid of Liz Cheney because
tell
she's
you.
telling the truth and saying, "Hey, it's a lie. The election was not stolen. People actually voted,
Let me tell you this.
and not everybody voted for Michelle Obama
Let me tell you. Let me tell you this.
like you
That's-
did."
I'm not about to continue to argue, continue to have turmoil. Their turmoil in the Georgia election got us 2 Democratic senators.
Can they do that somewhere else so we can get some bills passed regarding police reform?
They
Because
get
they're
paid-
blocking them.
They get paid to do nothing.
They're blocking them.
They get paid to do
They're
nothing.
the party of
Don't-
no.
No one in the Senate. Listen, the Democrats, the Republicans, the liberals, the conservatives, they're not there to get stuff done. You know the system was
Well, the
created
problem
for them
is
to
it
not
was
get anything
it
done.
was created for the people. Unfortunately,
What people?
It's not themselves is not what it is. Used to be we the people, but now it's them the people. They're no longer doing
when
what's
they
best for the
made it
people.
a republic democratic nation, the people lost their power. All it
The
is
people
is
haven't lost their power. The people are just being bamboozled with percentages. 45% of crime went up 45%.
I wish I could get some
100%.
45% off some shoes. That's the only time when it's good.
It's a good deal when it's
only a good
45% off some
What is-
Diva shoes, that is.
Hey now.
So Governor Kemp signed a bill today. He repealed.
And see, you didn't even
The-
like Kemp. I like Kemp for that. I said for that.
Oh, okay.
For that.
Well, I didn't have a blanket dislike.
Okay. So you like him for that.
I mean, I
Say it.
agree with that.
Say that you like him for that.
You like is such a.
Do you
It's
know
such a-
how he is the party of throw your rifle on your shoulder and
No,
hold
when-
your Confederate flag?
remember-
What are we saying? Like, you gotta like him for that.
No, he campaigned by loading up a bus. He was pointed a
That's
gun
what
at a
I'm
minor
saying.
during his commercial.
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
remember
saying.
that?
I do.
That
That's
was
what I'm
him.
saying. He's
he was
crazy.
gonna load him up on his bus and take him back to
Listen,
Mexico.
I give credit where credit
I just
is
want to
due.
know where's the receipt from Mexico paying for the wall. Do you think he has it?
Nah, he ain't got it. We not. That's
There's no
maybe
receipt.
the Arizona.
But he
governor.
did something good today. He did
Yes.
something good today. He signed
Go, Kemp.
repealing the citizen's arrest. So you can't arrest me
Listen,
no more.
if you keep
I
making,
can't take you into custody today.
I'm gonna go on record to say this, Kemp. If
no
you
matter
keep
how
making those
inappropriate
decisions,
and how
I'm
many
just letting
crimes you
know.
break today, I can't take you into custody. I can't chase you. Ahmaud Arbery's case is gonna
Kemp,
benefit from that.
If you keep making these types of decisions, you might have a vote in me. I'm just saying.
What?
When I say whoa, I mean whoa.
All I'm saying is this.
Whoa!
Listen, people can change.
Look, Yosemite.
Somebody told me that you can go from being a prosecutor to a HBCU person.
HBACU?
I don't care. You know what
Oh
I'm talking
my
about.
God.
You can go to a black college and a prosecutor and
Okay.
throw all the blacks in jail.
Like I said.
and turn around and be a great person. At least
I need
someone in the executive office.
my trolls to troll that way with
Somebody-
the HBCAU.
Listen, somebody in an executive power made a decision that was beneficial to the people, and that's what I like. Listen, if he keep making decisions like that, he gonna have my vote. What if he comes up with like a law that we beeping now?
What you gonna say
What if
when
he
you're in the long line in the black community and you're thirsty for water?
I'm bringing my own.
Oh.
I'm bringing my own. I'm not relying
What
on
you
the
gonna
government
say
to bring me no water.
when your grandma's standing in that long old line and she said, "Baby, could you please hand me some water?"
All right, I'm like,
and
all right,
you
Grandma,
hand her some
hold my
water.
spot. I'm gonna be like how we do at
Yeah.
Six Flags. I'm about to run to the store. You hold
Yeah.
my spot.
And when you come back and you hand grandma some water and they lock you up for misdemeanor
Listen, it
handing out
says-
water in the line.
Listen,
then
no,
what?
no. It says you have to be 150 feet away from the polling place to be able to get water. And if you have your own water, they can't lock you up for that.
So you're gonna push grandma 150 feet off the
No, what I'm
property?
saying is-
At the line. Hold my spot.
What I'm
Grandma and I
saying
gotta go
is-
150 feet
what
for her
I'm
to get
saying
this
is, if
water.
we waiting
and then
8
hand your grandma.
hours-
You don't find that ridiculous?
Well, if we're waiting 8 hours in line, let me say this. Yes, I do find it ridiculous.
Okay, then.
But
Thank you.
if we're
Thank
waiting
you.
8 hours in line and I'm past the 150-yard mark and grandma hungry or thirsty or whatever, I'm going to go get her something to drink or eat. Like, I don't need nobody handing me no
Listen
water.
to me. I'm so glad I'm not her grandmama because I would not want my granddaughter telling me that we got
Are
rides.
you telling me that if you told me, Marsha, we in line and the line long, just like Six Flags, you're like, Dana, oh, I'm so hungry. I was like, I'm hungry too. Well,
and I can bring you something at the
I'm
line
about
in
to go
Six Flags.
grab-
What they're saying, it will be a crime for me to bring you something.
It would be a crime if volunteers bring you something, not the people who are standing in line. If I'm standing in line, I leave to go hold my spot. I'm about to go grab some water from the store.
How's the cop going to tell the difference between the fact that you giving grandma or you giving it to me? Are you a volunteer? Ma'am, are you going to
No,
wear
I'm not a volunteer.
So what
I'm
if I-
standing in line. It's my grandma.
So, I don't believe you.
What you mean? What you mean?
Come
Don't
with
believe
me.
me. We still
Come with
standing in
me.
line. I got to vote, sir. Are you violating my? Hold on, I'm calling the people.
Yeah. I'm
Hello, people.
Ma'am,
Listen
ma'am,
to
I'll lock
people.
you up. 'Cause
Hello,
there's-
people.
ma'am,
I'm being
ma'am,
violated
put your
by
hands
the
behind your
police.
back.
By
Put
the
your hands
police.
behind your back.
And now
Put your hands behind your
now
back.
I'm resisting arrest.
Obstruction.
I'm calling. You know how
Hey,
they say.
she's going in to visit and in to visit.
You know how they say
Again.
at the voters, if somebody's harassing you, call
that
this
number.
number.
Stacey Abrams is not going to get there quick enough. You will be in custody. That's my point.
I wanna
Tell
see
me,
it.
Tell me how the cop who didn't know.
I need to see this
Tell
law.
me how the cop who didn't know that's kneeling on your neck for 9 minutes and 59 seconds or 29 seconds.
Listen.
When you say, I can't breathe. And he said, I don't care. Leave him on his belly.
All I'm-
That's the cop you relying on to know. No, this is my grandma.
What
I see
I'm
you,
saying
ma'am.
is-
I saw you handing
What
water.
I'm saying is,
Ma'am,
I don't live in these
ma'am,
counties.
Ma'am, you're handing water. Ma'am.
Anytime I went to vote, I was
Ma'am.
in and out. I don't live in these counties where it's all this craziness.
Oh, so now.
and I feel
Oh, so you in a high rent district now? You looking down on the people?
that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, she lives in the
she
high
trying to
class
defense
neighborhood.
turning me up. I see you.
She lives in the high class
No,
neighborhood.
that's
And
not
in the
what
high class neighborhood, we don't wait.
we walk in and out.
We walk in and out.
All I'm saying,
and out.
all I'm saying is this: nobody wants you to vote. Bring your own water. Nobody
And all I'm
wants
saying
you
is,
to
if you're crazy, you shouldn't be
bring
governor.
your own water.
And Stacey Abrams needs
bring
to
your own food.
come with it.
Bring your own snacks.
Come with it.
This
Come with
this
it.
woman right here, everywhere we
Come
go, she
with
got a
it.
snack bag. She is not going nowhere without no snacks
with
and water.
it.
That's why I don't have to worry about her in line.
Yeah, but what if I want to be nice to a little old lady and give her something out of my snack bag? I'm going to jail. I think that should
I want to see the law.
be full. Well, she'll see the law, y'all.
What did she get?
But
when they lock you up.
Put your hands together for Governor Kemp. He signed the citizens
He
arrest
did.
law,
Go
repealing
ahead,
it.
Governor.
Go ahead.
Can we drink to that? That's a good
drink to
law.
that.
That's a good law.
Look, I'm giving him a tiny sip. I'm not giving him gulp. Oh my God! Look, Stacey, don't put her on your team when you run against him. But that's it for episode 3 of Diva Court. We hope we edutained you well today. And my crazy co-diva and
I just say like
are
it is.
closing the show with, if you can't do great things in a small way.
I like that.
Bam.
Whoop, there it is.
See you next time on Diva Court.
Bye.
We got to drink to that.